This is my 8.4 fitness test evaluation of the client Will Rowe and instructor Ewan Rowe. So the client details is full name is William Rowe, date of birth 20th of the 7th 1999, age is 16, he's a male, height is 193 centimeters, weight 75.7 kg, and he's currently a squash coach, / squash player, and a student at college. So the results sheet for him in the press-up test, he's got 20, and the normative data is 19.34. So this is just the test he's done with me, and I'm going to go through each test and see the advantages and the strengths or weaknesses within this test. So, for all the press-up tests, as I just said, the client got 30, which is below average. So compared to an athlete who would get 34, this isn't very good. So the client, as we can see, is able to complete some press-ups, which is a good start. But the weakness is in his muscular endurance in his arms and his core. Also, his muscular strength, which isn't good for his age. So he isn't able to complete a good amount in a minute. But the advantage of this, he's got a good technique and has a slight amount of strength. For the second test, it was a standing broad jump. In this test, the client got 2.3 meters, which is below average, and compared to the elites, who get 3.4 to 3.75 meters, this is poor compared to the national normative data. The client is able to balance on the landing, but this isn't what we tested. The weakness for him will be his leg, which is in the legs, his explosive leg power, which is very weak compared to what he should be getting. In this, he is needed during squash, as he has to jump forward to be able to reach the ball over a long distance at a quick amount of time. The third test was his flexibility, which compared to normative data is very good. So the normative data was 14 for him, as he's a male, and he got 19. This shows that he's very flexible in his legs and his back, which is good for him because he's less likely to get injured in these areas. But as a weakness, his technique wasn't very good, as when he was doing the test he was bouncing into the stretch, which is putting strain on those muscles and possibly could injure them. Fitness test 4 was the 35-meter sprint. His strength was speed and power, but weaknesses his technique again. So the client scored, compared to the normative data, 4.96, which is good, which shows he has a good amount of power and speed in his legs. He got a good push off at the beginning and continued using his speed at a good pace, which shows he would be able to do this in a squash game, as he covers a short distance in a very quick most of the time. But as a weakness, he could improve his time with his technique. Again, he had a good start, but his strides were too big, losing him time. So if he shortens the strides, you'll mean he'll be able to push off a lot quicker and get speed a lot more quickly. So test 5, the bleep test. This was muscular strength, his strength, and cardiovascular fitness, and throughout the test there was no weaknesses, but he may have been caught out on others because he started the test with a bad technique but continued throughout the test doing it properly. So his strength is muscular endurance and cardiovascular fitness, as he got 12.5, which we can see is above the normative data, above average for his age group, meaning his cardiovascular fitness is very good and his muscular endurance is very good for his age. This will mean he will be able to last longer in squash matches at a higher intensity, being able to play a lot higher performance. So the fitness test 6, the Harvard step test. His technique was very good, as he was being able to step at the correct height and step that down with good technique with balance. But his weakness was his cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance again. So he got 60, which is below average score, meaning he needs to improve upon his muscular endurance and cardiovascular fitness. But his strength was the technique, as we said, meaning he has a good understanding of the test but could not perform very well in it. So a 2-week training program for my client. For the first day we're going to be doing fartlek training, meaning he's going to be doing a lot of running, a lot of cardio work, and we'll be doing this for up to an hour, and then have a rest for like 10-20 minutes, and then another hour. So it's quite a long session, but it will help his cardiovascular fitness. And then the second day we'll be doing weight training. We're doing more leg work and core work to improve his strength in those areas. So we'll be doing leg press of 150 kg of 10 reps, hamstring curl of 10 reps again, but with doing 8 pounds of hamstring curl. Then he'll have a rest day and do the same again, but we're doing core work this time. So he'll be doing press ups, he'll be doing as many as he can in a minute, and then doing that again and again, but with rest periods, extra rest periods, so he could actually perform properly, and again fartlek training. And then at the end of the week he'll be doing interval training, so it'll be like replicating a squash match. He'll be running for a quick amount of time, and then he'll be jogging around on the spot, and then sprint again, and then the same over and over again. You'll be doing that for half an hour, as it's a very high intensity but short duration. And then we'll be doing a rest day. So to start the second week, we'll be doing interval training again, replicating a squash match, maybe get him to play one, but less competitive, more training like, but not against somebody. Then we'll be doing weight training, but this time we'll be doing more sit-ups than before. So we'll be doing, instead of in a space of time, we'll be doing 100 press-ups, 100 sit-ups, sorry, and then rest, and then we'll go down to 80, and then go down each time 20, so until he gets to 0, and then we'll move on to more leg work again. So the leg press, 150 kg, and a hamstring curl. Then that day we'll be having a rest, and then back to interval training, working on his cardiovascular fitness and his muscular endurance. And then for the final 2 days you'll be doing fartlek training, again improving on his cardiovascular fitness and his muscular endurance, so he's able to last longer in matches. And then the final day would be a rest day. His SMART targets will be to improve cardiovascular fitness, so he will be able to work at a higher intensity for a longer period of time than others. His muscular strength, so he's able to, in his squash games, use explosive power to be able to push off to get to the ball quickly. Muscular endurance, same again, linking into the cardiovascular fitness. He'll be able to last longer in matches and at higher intensity and duration, and improve his technique in certain tests, so he's not going to injure himself. So for example, the flexibility, he won't be bouncing into, when he's stretching himself, won't be bouncing, he'll be a static stretch, and that will help him not get injured. So the adaptations he will notice as he's doing this training program. So muscular hypertrophy, so this is where the muscle fibers break, and then as they rebuild they grow back bigger and stronger, meaning his muscles will be able to use more power and increase the strength. So cardiac hypertrophy, a little bit like the muscular hypertrophy, the cardiac hypertrophy is his heart muscles, so the myocardium will increase in strength. So in turn he'll get a lowered heart rate because his heart is able to pump out more blood each beat, lowering the heart rate, which is good for exercise because he won't have to increase his heart rate so much to get the blood pumping around the body. So this has been my 8.4 fitness program.